Hey everybody, get on in here. I got my coffee and my water. I haven't finished my coffee yet, and I wanted it and it's still cold, but I don't care. I'm gonna drink it anyway. It's my coffee, and my husband made it for me, and it tastes wonderful, hot or cold, because it was made with loving hands for his sweet darling. Drink up. Drink up. Whether it's water or coffee, get on in here. We are going to talk about some fun stuff today. I've got candles burning. It's rained all night. We've had about 5 inches of rain. There's my friend Ken Hartley. He just got back from Israel, 12 days in Israel. What a, if I had any trip I wanted to go on, that would probably be the trip I'd like to go on. Anyway, so folks, we're going to talk about our joy. And Tammy gave me, let me move my little, see if I can show it to you. It's too heavy to pick up. Maybe it's not. Let me see. I'll move my water bottle over here so as not to, but I put together me a little pamper bucket. And Tammy gave me this bucket for Christmas. And I've got a lot of fun stuff in here. But it gives me a minute to get away from the chaos that's going on in the living room. We've got a visitor dog today. But I have this wonderful stuff in this bucket that I put together just for me. And it's heavy because I got a lot of stuff in it. And I have a book that I like to read. Let me show you this book. It's a picture book, and it's an encyclopedia of angels, and it makes me happy to look at it. It's just all kinds of angels, the ones that are in the Bible, just all kinds of angels and saints, and I like to read about angels and saints, and this is a fun book. Okay, let's see. About to knock that off. I also have a coloring book. Well, it's not really a coloring book, but it's a practice book on how to do calligraphy. How cool is that? Something I've always wanted to do and never took the time. I even have pens to do it with. But also in this book, if I'm going to sit in here, it's kind of, I have music that I can put on. I have a little humidifier that I can put some lavender oil or something wonderful in that I can plug in, which makes me happy. And it also has a little light. And I have a manicure set that's got flowers on it, roses. Makes me happy. I can even do my toes if I wanted to. And if I wanted to pray, I've got my prayer beads. I've got my candle, which is burning for a friend of mine. And we just have to take some time to fill our hearts with joy, things that make us happy. And that joy, 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 joy is a song we sang in Sunday school. And it's a beautiful song. And it's down in our heart, down in our heart, down in our heart. And when we can do something for others, it helps to magnify that joy even more than if you just sit and think about it. So doing something for others helps to spread the joy around. We can do stuff for ourselves. That's great. I can sit here and manicure my fingernails, and I could even do my toes if I wanted to. I've got a little box of pamper missions here that I could do. I've got some house shoes in here. I've even got a manicure set for your toes. I've got my pamper box right here beside me. But when you step out of yourselves to help other people, it's when you get the most joy. And that's an amazing thing, to share your hope and your love for the Lord and to help others, not just in word, but in deed. Doing something to help others. Many of you have written my nephew who's in prison. His name is Benjamin, and he is in one of the toughest prisons in the state of Tennessee. You stepped out of yourself to write him a letter of encouragement. How wonderful is that? My sister Dina got a letter from him today, and she was crying before she even opened it. I mean, she wrote him a letter and he wrote her back. So folks, reaching out and encouraging others is a great way. Yeah, we got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got all that social media stuff. But guess what? When's the last time you picked up the phone and talked to somebody? Just talk to somebody and wish them good day. You know, just a simple little phone call to check on somebody. We've got a lot of flooding here today, and our main road going out of town, we have to go through town to get to any place we want to go now, which adds about 15 minutes to any trip we would take because this road's a shortcut. But it's underwater. And it is what it is. We trying to get my thing straight. But we can spend a few moments picking up the phone, talking to somebody, touching another person. Reach out and touch someone with your voice, with the pen. Don't expect people to know what's going on in your life when you just share stuff on Facebook. That doesn't get it. It doesn't cut it. It just doesn't cut it. So let's make a point to send a note of thanks to somebody. I mean, you know, in the South, we're known for our thank you notes. Thank you notes is a big part of Southern tradition, I believe. I think it should be all over the country, but Southern women are really good at teaching their kids how to write thank you notes. And thank you notes, even if it's something simple, as being a good teacher, that you had a wonderful teacher when you were younger. I was trying to think of my third grade teacher, because there was a third grade teacher on Jeopardy last night. And she said, teaching is not my occupation, it's my calling. It's my calling. Because she had won a lot of money on Jeopardy, but she didn't stop teaching. She did not stop teaching, but she taught third graders. And I'm thinking, how beautiful is a third grade teacher to a young child? My third grade teacher, Miss Barton, made a big impression on me. She read us. We had nap time every day after lunch. We probably ate lunch around noon. Well, at 12:30, we would lay our heads down on our desk and we would close our eyes. And she would read us the Little House on the Prairie books. And it was a little quiet time, but I hung on every word that she read in those books. And those books, I think, changed my life, because I'm seeing a family, a pioneer family, go from the little house in the big woods to a mud hut where they didn't have trees. They had to make bricks. So and I've seen one of those huts. I've seen one of those houses made of mud bricks, and it's still standing. So those books were influential in my life in a weird kind of way, because I like to be self-sufficient, and the family was self-sufficient. So finding your calling. I found my calling. The dogs are barking. I'm sorry. We have a visitor dog today, and they're just kind of So the Little House on the Prairie books, finding your calling. Laura Ingalls Wilder found her calling. She taught school in a one-room schoolhouse, but then she wrote about the joy that she had in her family with her father and her mother and I mean, I didn't even know there was a TV series about it until it'd been on for several years. But I read all the books. I read all the books. It opened up my mind to the possibilities of how this country was founded and how we can be self-sufficient in many, many ways. I've used Laura Ingalls' mother as an example of how she did her mending. She had a basket, kind of like my joy basket. She had a basket by her rocking chair, by the fireplace. And in that basket, she kept her mending, where she had a darning, if you've ever seen a darning, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a round wooden ball of a thing that's been carved that you stick up in the sock, and you sew the sock around this to make the heel of the foot. And she was able to sit and have quiet time in front of the fireplace, and while she's sitting there, she's darning. She's killing two birds with one stone. She's probably talking to her children, telling Bible stories while she's mending. It was just and she would do it for 10 minutes, and then she'd get up and do something else. This is the joy we can find in being a homemaker. I'm not telling you to go darn your socks, but you know, you can. It's a darning egg. That's good. I didn't know that. But it's like an egg, but it's on a little stick. So we can encourage one another. We can find joy in our lives if we just look for it. You know, many years ago, look for the silver lining. Look for the silver lining. One time, Robert and I were hiking, and he was walking pretty fast. And I was singing a song to keep the tempo as we're hiking. And my song was, look for the silver lining. And his song was, look for the Union label. Same tune, different songs, but it was funny because we were keeping the beat to the same tune, and we still laugh about that. So finding joy in everything you do, that's my motto. My motto used to be to find joy in everything I do and be a devoted, sweet darling, to be a devoted wife to my sweet darling, which is my husband. Because when we drink tea or whatever, we always toast to sweet darlings. And what I figured out later was that if I do the first part, if I find joy in everything I do, from cleaning a toilet to washing a dish and washing the dirty underwear, when I find joy in everything I do, it changes me. You're no longer a whiner when you find joy. Last night, I got an email from somebody complaining about the number of emails we send out. And I said to her, you know, this system has worked for almost 20 years, 19 and a half, for almost 20 years, and it has helped many people. Many people. And because it has helped many people, I'm not going to change the way I do things. I tried that 2 years ago. We tried to send out fewer emails. You know what it did? It almost shut Fly Lady down. Because when we don't send out the testimonials, we don't have the ability, I don't have the ability to pay people. And my husband does not have a whole lot of money. You keep Fly Lady going. You keep Fly Lady free for those who couldn't pay for it. You have the ability to buy the app and to get Fly Lady Express if you want to. If you only want one email a day. but I'm going to keep the messages free for everyone. And I'm going to do everything in our power I haven't noticed somebody being ugly, but if they show out again, I will do that. So you see, finding joy in everything you do changes your life. It changes everything, because that joy, as somebody just said, keeps us going. That joy is fuel. Because that joy gives us happiness. It gives us happiness. And you know, when you're looking for the silver lining and doing the things you need to do, you're not being looking for the negativity. We have been living in a world that is filled with negativity. Sometimes we have to turn the TV off. Sometimes we have to put Facebook on the last page on your phone so you don't see the notifications. Sometimes we just have to turn off the radio and turn off your apps on your phone just so you can have a peaceful moment. All the negativity, I try to have my Facebook only be happy stuff. Only be happy stuff. And if you want some good books to read, read Phil Robinson's book, Happy, Happy, Happy. And his latest book is absolutely amazing. I've read it twice. And I'll probably read it again this weekend. I want you to find joy. The joy that changes everything. We we do things in a biblical fashion. The Bible teaches us to love our neighbor as ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love our neighbor. If we, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do to you. These are all ways of finding joy, because you don't want anybody to hurt you. There's my brother-in-law. I want you to find the joy that changes everything. It comes through our Lord and Savior. He died for our sins. He died so that we can have everlasting joy in heaven. Everlasting joy. So today, instead of just thinking about the people you want to pray for, I want you to write them a note of encouragement. I wrote my friend a note last night and gave him a Bible verse. He's going through some tough times. He's a young father with 3 teenage children, and he's got some tough things going on with his physical body. And not only did I light a candle for him, and I'm burning this thing all day, and I want him healed. I want him healed, and I'm asking the good Lord to heal him. So folks, find somebody to pray for, but send a note of encouragement to them too. Bless someone else with your positive attitude. You can change lives. My favorite Bible verse is Hebrews 11:1. And let me read it to you. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I have faith that my family friend, will be healed. I know he's going to be healed. He's got too many things to do. And I know God is going to heal him. We're going to keep evil away from him, and he is going to be healed. And I feel it in my heart. I know it. Evidence of things not seen. I know. Deep down in my heart. This is the prayers of righteous people. Righteous people. I just want you to find the joy. Today's date night. What are you doing for date night? If you don't renew your relationship with your spouse every single week, you're going to wake up one day, the kids are going to be grown, and you're not going to know who each other is. You're not going to know them because you haven't taken the time to spend it with your sweet darling. I want you to find joy. Joy in your relationships, joy in your relationship with your friends, joy in your relationship with your family. Please, please, please take some time to cherish these relationships. Sometimes you just need to write. I used to, when I haven't traveled much in the last couple of years. It's been 2 years since I traveled. We didn't travel last year, except one time. And I would leave a note on Robert's pillow. And I would just leave him a love note on his pillow. And it was just a simple word. It's our word for I love you, which is poo, P-O-O. I know it sounds stupid, but it's our word and we like it. And sometimes just out of the blue, I'll just say poo, and he says it back to me. And he handed me my coffee this morning, which is cold. And I still have a drop left. He makes the best coffee. He handed me a cup of coffee and I said poo. And that's our little word for loving each other. I want you to take some time today to cherish your relationship. Lift it up. Ask the Lord to bless your relationship. Reach out and say, honey, what do you want to do tonight? What kind of movie you want to watch? You want an action movie or you want a chick flick? They never want a chick flick. Although my husband does like Sleepless in Seattle and You Got Mail. He does like those two. But we don't watch many of those. Spend some time, quality time. Let the kids go to bed. You pop some popcorn, sit back and enjoy some time together. If you can't afford to go out, then have a wonderful time sitting on the couch, snuggling and watching a good movie. It doesn't take much to cherish this relationship and find joy in this relationship. You married this person. You must have found some joy in them once upon a time. Search it out. Find it. Well, I love you all. Keep in mind, people wanted to know what was the habit for next month. It's getting dressed to lace up shoes. And let's see, when is the first? On Friday, I believe it is. Friday is our new month. Let's work on getting our laundry caught up because that helps us be able to get dressed first thing in the morning because our clothes are clean. We can pick our clothes out the night before, and it's 5 minutes to get dressed in the morning. 5 minutes is all it takes. Get dressed, be ready to go. I want you to find this joy. And getting dressed changes your life. Ask my friend Marilyn. She got dressed for 365 days, maybe 66. I don't know if it was leap year. But I did a video of her getting dressed. And that's going to go up on March the 1st, I think. But you can do a search for her video, Marilyn Foster, and find her video on YouTube. And it's amazing. She took a picture of herself every day dressed to lace up shoes. Every day. She had no computer skills. The little girls next door taught her how to upload pictures. She learned a lot. And then she sent me I went and gathered all these pictures because she posted them on Facebook. And everybody loved it. Everybody absolutely loved it. And she changed. She blossomed in that year of getting dressed to lace up shoes. It changed her life. And that's what we're going to practice in January. So in March, we're going to practice getting our laundry done so we can get dressed easily. It's going to be amazing. Just amazing. The change that can happen in you, because you're going to feel joy too for the first time ever, because getting dressed to lace up shoes, and maybe you go this weekend and find a shoe store that's going out of business because Payless is selling out, and get you a pair of shoes you like that fit your feet. In the summertime, I wear Brooks shoes. They're tennis shoes that lace up, but there's some great shoes out there. Take your tax money, go buy you a pair of shoes. It's the best investment you can make in your health and your mental health, because when your feet don't hurt, it's everything. So folks, have a good day. March 1st, this sale on our multi-wand will be going away. So get it now. Right now, we only have a few more of these. So this is our extra large mop. And we have some great sales. I think an email just went out about it. Y'all have a good day and cherish your relationships. You can do it. I love you all, and I will see you later.